Hello everybody and welcome to the first Pokemon Go news episode. In these episodes we will be discussing all of the current events and what is going on, what is coming, what is new, to keep track of everything that's going on in Pokemon Go. Let's start with Terrakion. So Terrakion is now in raids, and if we look at this Pokemon Go Hub article, then we can see the shiny version, which in my opinion, well, the red is a bit too much, I think. The first raid hour is coming on the Wednesday, and we can see the best counters. So Terrakion is actually weak to many types, but the Mewtwo is the strongest with Psystrike, and then Metagross is the best after that with Meteor Mash. And then we can see many more counters as we go down. It's not that hard to beat, because even if you are playing with uh, trainers who do not have the best counters, because it's weak to so many times, it's likely that your fellow trainers will still do a lot of damage. So that's a good thing. And then we can go into the announcement. There was an announcement that the new raid bosses are coming: Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. So GoHub made an article about that already. And Reshiram will be the first one to come into the game. And it will have a couple of raid hours. Of course, it won't be shiny straight away. And let's see. Let's go to the Reshiram counter guide. So it's going to be a dragon fire type. And do they say the max CP? I think it is a little bit over 4000, the max CP. They are recommending at least 5 trainers, but they are also saying that it could be duoed with the proper weather, so it can't be too bad if it's a possible duo, but it definitely does not seem to be the easiest of raid bosses to counter. At level 25 you can encounter it at 2884 CP. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so they're saying the dragons are the best counters. You've got Dialga you got here, then Rayquaza. But then they say that Rampardos and Haxorus are next, and Palkia, and only then Salamence and Dragonite will show up. So there are many better counters than Salamence and Dragonite actually. And then it's also weak to ground and rock. And this is mainly important because of the in-game weather. If it is sunny, then ground will be extra good. If it is partly cloudy, rock will do better. And it's also important for the moveset, because do they say the movesets here somewhere? Let's see. Ah, here it is. So you got Dragon Breath or Fire Fang with Draco Meteor or Overheat, Stone Edge, Crunch. So the thing here is that dragons are going to be very weak against the Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor moveset. And I would assume that Draco Meteor might one-shot all of your dragons. So in that case, you might be better off using a Groudon or Rhyperior instead. Another thing is that the Stone Edge is going to be strong against some of your dragons that are also flying type, like Dragonite and Salamence. They're both going to be very weak against the Stone Edge as well. Might one-shot, I don't know. So you could definitely switch up your counters based on the movesets and the in-game weather. Here we got some simulator data. That's enough for now. Then when we look at this announcement, then Zekrom and Kyurem are also coming. So, okay, so here Reshiram is part fire, Zekrom is part electric, and Kyurem is part ice. And all of them are strong in their respective typing. And here's where they say that. Reshiram is the best fire type attacker by a significant margin of being at least 80% better than Entei. So that's impressive. Then we got Zekrom, which is the best electric type attacker with a margin of being 26% better than Electivire and Raikou. And Kyurem is the best ice type attacker. Mamoswine is only less than 2% behind it. Oh yeah, but then the white and black Kyurem, which is a different version of Kyurem and stronger, is going to be way better than Kyurem or Mamoswine. Alright, so it's very promising raid bosses, very interesting. So Reshiram is going to be the first released, yes. But it's going to be after Terrakion, so it's still going to be a week, small week before it comes. But yeah, you'll be wanting to get a good one for that for sure. Alright, let's move on. There's some new clothes that are coming. So apparently Uniqlo and Niantic have made a pact. And they're going to bring a couple of new shirts. So they are saying that these are going to be free. So that's nice. No, I mean, so many clothes in the shop, they are costing coins, but this time they're actually free. So I think that's good from Niantic. Hopefully they do it more often. And then apparently you can also buy these same shirts in real life from the Uniqlo. So that's going to be the marketing idea, that you are going to match your clothes with your avatar clothes. I'm not sure how many people that will do that, but it's alright. And then the community day. So we're going to have a vote between Squirtle, Weedle, Sandshrew, and Ghastly. And two of them are going to be the community day Pokemon. One in June, the one with the most votes, and then the second best vote is going to be in July. And they have already established which kind of special moves they are going to give. So, for the Squirtle line, Blastoise is going to know Aura Sphere, and that's the same move that Lucario has actually, and Lucario was the only one to have this move. But would Squirtle be the community Pokemon, then Blastoise will be the second Pokemon to get that move. It's a strong move. It's definitely a strong move, but more so in the PvE, so against raid bosses and stuff, but when you're going to use a Blastoise in that case, I don't think it works for gyms. I don't think it works in PvP either. I mean, sure, you can surprise people, but I mean, people are going to be expecting the Aura Sphere anyway when it's so widely accessible during a community day. So I don't really see a lot of, I don't know, it might give Blastoise a little bit more options in PvP, but I don't think it's much. Then you got Weedle, which is actually the only one of these options that does not have its shiny released yet. And it's 3 evolution lines, so it's going to be 3 new shinies if that one is chosen. And when we look at the shiny Beedrill, yeah, that's good enough. Then we see, it looks quite nice, right? I think it looks really nice. And this is the Mega version, which is not only looks nice, but I've heard that it's going to be the best bug Pokemon in the entire game, maybe, when Mega Beedrill gets released. So that's no, you wouldn't expect much of a Weedle. Let's be honest, you wouldn't expect much of a Weedle, but it's actually more useful than you would think. So that's nice, and it's a new shiny. So I think that Weedle is the best option there. And it's going to get Drill Run, the Beedrill, and some of the best PvP channels have already said that it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal for Beedrill, and it's actually going to be able to win against Registeel and Azumarill, I believe, is what they were saying, and some other matchups. So it's going to be interesting. And then you got Sandshrew. So let's see what they are saying here. Sentry Kanto region will be appearing in the wild and hatching from eggs, but then Alolan Sentry will only be appearing in raid battles. So I don't see why that is necessary. I think it would be much better if they were just both spawning in the wild. Either way, both shinies are already released. I think the Alola one is tougher to get, but it's still tough to get because you will have to raid for it. So don't think that helps. It will get the move Shadow Claw. I mean, it's a really good fast attack. It generates energy fast, deals some damage. I would imagine that in the Ultra League could be useful, I think, for the Alolan Sand Slash. I mean, Alolan Sand Slash. At what CP does that max? Let me go. Yeah, sure, PvP, that's alright. The max CP is 2432. So yeah, maxed out Alolan Sand Slash, maybe with the best ability as well. It's going to be a nice CP for the Ultra League. And right now, you got Powder Snow, which generates energy pretty fast, but it deals no damage basically. If you give it Shadow Claw, then you will be doing a lot more damage to things like Giratinas. So that could be interesting. Let's see, where were we? Then we get Ghastly. I mean, it's always a nice Pokemon, Gengar. It's very glassy. It also has a what's the name? What Beedrill also has, the extra evolution. Not sure what it's called again. I'll get back to it. And yeah, so it will get Shadow Punch, which is an interesting move. So basically in the Great League, Hunter is already running a moveset of Shadow Punch, and then either Shadow Ball or a Poison type move, something like Sludge Wave, don't know the exact name. And it's a great glass cannon and it's really effective. And now Gengar, with the Shadow Punch, could become a nice glass cannon in the Ultra League, I would imagine. Because the thing about Shadow Punch is that it deals a fair amount of damage, but it can also be used to bait shields. So first you put in some Shadow Punches, the opponent is going to shield because they're afraid of a Shadow Ball, and then later you can use Shadow Ball when their shields are up. So that could definitely be interesting for PvP. Yeah, the extra evolution was the Mega, I mean, of course, the Mega Gengar. Which could be interesting in the future as well. But out of these options, yeah, I mean, Squirtle already had a community day. I mean, are you really going to give Squirtle another community day? I don't think Aura Spear is that interesting, so personally I would not be voting for Squirtle. I think Sentru was looking interesting, but the fact that Alolan Sentru is only in raids, not in the wild, I think that's not too good. And then, yeah, Weedle is looking really interesting, and I think Ghastly is a nice second option. So I'm hoping that Weedle is going to be first and Ghastly second. The voting, Sunday 24th, and it will be on Twitter. You have 24 hours to vote. Alright, so check it out on Sunday and make your vote. And next up we are going to go to the Pokecoin system. So this has been going on for a while now in Australia. And basically the idea is, the way that Niantic is saying it to us is like, you're going to be able to get more coins in a different way. So you can do the quests, and for doing the quest you can get 5 extra coins. I think I got a picture somewhere here, do I? Yeah, here it is. So here, these are the quests that you have to do. And once you do all of them, you can collect the 5. So it's not that you get one per quest, which I think would have been better, because let's say you only do well, I mean, all the quests are easy, really. No, that's alright. I mean, maybe for people who struggle with an excellent throw, it would have been better if you just get 1 coin per quest, so that if you don't get the excellent, you still get 4 coins instead of 0. But yeah, you just do those quests daily, and then once you have done them, I've heard that you actually need to press collect points. You don't get them automatically, so that's something to watch out for them. But you only get 5. You only get 5, so the maximum went from 50 to 55. You only can get 5 from the quests, and the other 50 you will have to gain from the gym system still. But in the gym system they nerfed it from 6 coins per hour, 1 per 10 minutes, to only 2 per hour, 1 in 30 minutes. So they cut that in 3 basically, which means that you need to be in gyms 3 times longer. And after calculations, people have come to the conclusion that you need to be in gyms for 25 hours to be able to get the 50 coins, and then the 5 coins extra for the quest, for a total of 55. And it's too much. So in Australia, I have already seen people who are complaining that people are camping at gyms, basically. They're just staying at the gym for an hour, just trying to defend it to not get kicked out. And people have said that the spoofer communities are becoming more active because they want to get them more coins as well. And people have also stated that people are becoming more aggressive to each other because they all want the coins and they're annoyed when they get kicked out by the other person. So yeah, definitely it's not looking like a great change to me. So after reading a lot of comments and thinking a bit about it, I think what Niantic is trying to do is that I really doubt that they have the intention to help us here. I think they're using some psychologically, if I can pronounce that word correctly, to they're saying like, hey, you can get extra coins from the quest, but then, oh yeah, by the way, you earn less from gyms. They're trying to come off positive, but even then I think they know that the community is not going to handle it that well. But I think that what they're going to do is, because this is a testing phase in Australia, they said that it's a testing phase and they might change some things. I think what they have in mind is that they are going to change a little bit. They are going to like make the quest coins go up from like 5 to 10 or maybe 15. Maybe they are going for 3 coins per hour instead of 2. And then it's still going to be a nerf, but the people might be thinking like, oh, it's not, now it's a little bit better. So they feel that they have gained something, while in reality it was Niantic's plan all along to drop it really low first and then put it up a little bit to make it seem not so bad. But either way, I think in the end Niantic wants to get more money. Maybe they've been earning less money because of the COVID situation, the Corona crisis, and they are searching for a way to make people spend more coins. Yeah, I'm not too positive about this. It is not well received by the community, and I really hope that Australian community is putting all of their comments as well towards Niantic, that they should not go through with this. And personally, I hope they will completely abandon this and keep it as it is now. That's better. We'll see about that. And yeah, that's all we'll be discussing for today. And I'm going to try to make these episodes frequently to keep you up to date about everything that's going on. This will probably be the longest one because I'm doing several news items over a couple of days. So the next one should be a bit shorter. And then I would like to finish every episode by what events are going on now. So right now the throwback challenge for the Hoenn region is still going on. And it has timed research available, event themed, field research, and half distance to earn buddy candy. First they also announced that you would get half the egg distance as well. But then later they said like, well, we already have that because of the Corona crisis, and we're not going to double stack it. So it's not going to be health from health. It just remains health. So they would have been better off not mentioning it at all in the first place, but okay. And then these special bonuses for the Corona crisis are still going on as well, which is 2 times incense duration, increased incense effectiveness, open 1.5 as many gifts, hold 2 times as many gifts in your item bag, no walking requirement for the Go Battle League, half egg hedge distance as just mentioned, and boosted damage for trainer battling remotely in raids. And I think there was also one for sending out PvP invitations, wasn't there? Where you could send them out already at good friends or great friends rather than only from ultra friends. Or was it a... yeah. Well, either way. That's it for today. I'm going to keep these series going and hope you enjoy them, and see you in the next episode.